want you to close your eyes and listen. Seriously, on the count of three, close your eyes and listen to these words. 1, 2, 3. Comfort, comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem. Tell her that her sad days are gone and her sins are pardoned. Yes, the Lord has punished her twice over for all her sins. Listen, it's the voice of someone shouting. Clear the way through the wilderness for the Lord. Make straight a highway through the wasteland for our God. Fill in the valleys and level the mountains and hills. Straighten the curves and smooth out the rough places. Then the glory of the Lord will be revealed and all people will see it together. The Lord has spoken. A voice said, "Shout." And I asked, "What should I shout?" Shout that people are like the grass. Their beauty fades as quickly as the flowers in the field. The grass withers and the flowers fade beneath the breath of the Lord. And so it is with people. The grass withers and the flowers fade, but the word of our God stands forever. You can open your eyes. Did any imagery come to your mind? Towards the end, the prophet Isaiah says this. He says, "The people are like the grass. Their beauty fades as quickly as the flowers in a field. The grass withers and the flowers fade beneath the breath of the Lord. And so it is with people. The grass withers and the flowers fade." I think one of the many reasons why this season has been so difficult for us is because we actually do value a lot of what life brings us. Purpose, relationships, even materialistic things. We value this stuff. And it feels like the coronavirus and all of our responses to it have robbed us of those very things, leaving us feeling empty, lonely, and even bored. It just feels like the life that we know has slowly faded away. And it hurts because we value that life that we know and we don't want to let it go. We don't want to say goodbye to the life that we know and the life that we value. And the prophet Isaiah reminds us that this is actually natural. This is actually a normal thing in life. Now, our circumstances may be extreme, they may be different, they may be unique, but they still line up with this link between life and fading. He goes as far as to compare life to nature, saying they are actually one and the same. Both life and nature bloom. Both life and nature are beautiful. Both life and nature fade. Both life and nature react differently to the seasons that they are in. And by now, you might be thinking, great, thanks for the pick-me-up, Debbie Downer. But I want to highlight this today because of what follows it. The grass withers and the flowers fade, but the word of our God stands forever. The word of our God stands forever. Forever. God's promises will never fade. The word of truth that he has given us from the Bible will never fade. When the world around us appears to be crashing down or changing before our very eyes, our God is not. And I share this with you this afternoon because I think we've forgotten that. I think change scares us. I also think change is natural and it's healthy. I think this season has grabbed us by our fear, yet it has also produced growth within us that we might not have anticipated as ever possible. But could it be that despite all of these changes that we are experiencing, God is still good? Could it be that despite all of these changes that we are experiencing, that God is still loving? Could it be that God is still merciful? According to Isaiah, that answer is yes. Because while everything else changes, God does not. So today, maybe before dinner or after, take a walk outside with your family and just look at the nature that surrounds you. Look at the trees. Check out your neighbor's flowers. Stop and watch the grass blow if it's windy. Whether it's the grass in your front yard or trees in your neighbor's yard or a potted plant on the sidewalk, nature's changing, especially now as we transition from winter into spring and summer. But as you look at the nature that surrounds you, I want you to also think about what that nature looked like 3 months ago. What did it look like during the winter? Talk with your family about what you think it'll look like over the summer. Recall to your mind that the nature that we see will eventually fade. And then let this time be a reminder that God, His Word, and His promises never will.